Welcome or welcome back. My name's Joanne and today it's gonna be a long one. Before I get started, the makeup I am currently wearing will be linked down below in the description box. And the reason this is gonna be a long one is because this is my eyeshadow palette collection video. I've gotten a lot of palettes since the one I did last year. I think it was in February. If there are older palettes in here that you didn't see last year, it's because I decluttered them, but then brought them back into my collection. So they're here, and I'm just gonna run through them quickly. I'll show you the palette, open it up, show you the inside. There is one palette that I'm not gonna show the inside of, and that's my Adept Heather Austin palette because that is my Pan That palette. I will also show it for the collection's sake. And I know I mentioned this last year, and I did such a bad job keeping up with it. But if you want to see a specific video, just like a tutorial with a specific palette, let me know and I will get on that ASAP. This time I promise I will. Last year I was just overwhelmed with everything and it just didn't happen. This is going to be in alphabetical order by brand. That's how my brain works. That's how it's all laid out. So let's just get into all the eyeshadow palettes I own. First brand up is Adept Cosmetics. So first I will show you the Heather Austin palette. Again, I'm not opening this up because it's my Pan That palette. Next is the Ninhydrin palette. This is what it looks like. Arrow inspired palette. And I did switch out one of these shades with a different palette. So one of these shades is different, and that is this first one right here. This was in the La Cienega palette, I believe. I have the Sumerian Sunset palette, their Seahorse palette, which is just a bunch of iridescent shimmer shades. Next, I have one palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that is the Subculture palette. Next is Bella Beauté Bar. So I'm gonna start with the big ones, and I have Pastel Garden, Smoky Glam. I'm sorry for the reflection for this one. The Sun and the Sea, Poison Garden 2, Strange and Unusual. Ignore this part, my drawer kind of scratched it. Basic Witch, and recently De-Influenced. I have two palettes from Beige Cosmetics. I have Lost in Los Angeles and Avocado Toast. Next I have Blend Bunny, Trove, which is a multi-chrome quad, All Done Up, Lure, Sugar and Grunge, Primal, Surge, The Dollhouse, and last but not least, the palette I'm focusing on this year, Blends. Next up are all of my ColourPop palettes. I have Cabana Club, the Hogwarts palette. This one's kind of hard to open. Wings Club, Just Like Magic's. East High, the collaboration with High School Musical. Powerpuff Girls. And Lizzie McGuire, What Dreams Are Made Of. And next I have three palettes from Cosmic Beauty. They changed their name recently. I have Delicious Delights, Muse, and Serenity. I have one palette from Danessa Myricks Beauty, and that is her Lightwork Volume 5 I Am palette. This was her holiday release last year, the last holiday. I have one palette from Electrum Cosmetics, and that is the Celestial Witch. Again, I'm very sorry for any reflection from these palettes. Next brand is Glaminatrix Cosmetics. First I have Nearly Natural, Rich Romantic, perfect for February, and Sugar and Spice. Next is Gourmand Girls. I have Nightshade, Haunted, and Spooked. Next brand is Huda Beauty. I have Empowered, Rose Quartz, and this one I'm wearing on my eyes today, Naughty Nude. I have one palette from Kaleidos, and that is the Cold Brew Quad. One palette from Makeup by Mario, and that is Ethereal Eyes. Next is Melt Cosmetics. I have Gemini. And then I have their entire Bad Side Zodiac collection. First we have Earth, Water, Fire, and Air. And then my Natasha Denona collection, I have the Glam Face Palette in Light. I have Retro, Bronze, Yucca, and Glam. I'm sorry if the light's going in and out in places. I have I film in front of my window, and the sun's currently out. The next I have 4 palettes from Odin's Eye. 2, I have their collaboration with Angelica Nyqvist and her Halloween collection. So first I have Little Ghost, Trick or Treat. And then I also have the 2 palettes from their holiday collection 2 years ago, Merry Christmas and Christmas Eve. Next is Pat McGrath Labs, and I have 2 palettes from her recent holiday collection. I have this Quint in Bronze Ecstasy, and I have the bigger palette in Jewel Temptation. I'm sorry if any of these are out of frame. I'm trying my best to keep them in frame. Next, I have Shroud Cosmetics, and I am aware of what is going on, and I hope the owner is okay. I really hope we get answers soon, but again, I just hope the owner is okay at this point. I have Creepy Cute, Creepy Cute 2, Moonfall, and I have both Batty Bean collaborations, Hollow Bean, and It's Freaking Bats. Next, I have 1 palette from Sigma, and that is Ambiance. I have 2 palettes from Sugar Drizzle, Sugar Dreams, and Man I Love Frogs. I have 1 Sydney Grace palette, and that is Tiny Marvels in collaboration with Mel Thompson. I have 2 palettes from Unearthly Cosmetics. I have Hauntingly Glamorous and Not Normal. I'm almost done. I only have 3 more brands, 4 more palettes. Exciting. I have 1 palette from Urban Decay, and that is their Holiday Moondust palette in Space Rider. I have 2 from Vizier. First is Paris Edit. This is what that one looks like. And I have Cashmere, and that's what that one looks like. Last palette I own is from What's Up Beauty, and it is their Geodes palette. And that went a lot faster than I thought it would. I'm glad I just did that because that made it go faster. Those are all my eyeshadow palettes. Now I have to put them all away. But will I do that before I film my other videos or after? I don't know. We'll see. I'm currently surrounded by eyeshadow palettes, but I have a total of, I think, 78, which is insane. I do love all the palettes I have. And again, let me know if you want to see an eye look with any of these, and I will get on it ASAP. Like this time I will, I promise. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you give it a big old thumbs up and even subscribe to my channel. That would be greatly appreciated. And I hope you have a great day, a great night, whatever time it is for you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.